Good evening, sir.
Good evening, guys. All of you.
Evening, sir.
Okay, first let's write about molecular orbital theory points.
Sir, we didn't do LCA.
Oh, that's the linear combination of atomic orbital. Okay, less than just simple concept it is. So psi a, so wave function of a one atomic orbital. So atomic orbital of A is psi a. Then atomic orbital B of B is I'm taking it as a psi b. Okay, now so we are going to linear combination of atomic orbitals.
Sir, do we write this?
No, just listen how atomic orbital formation occurs. So when we do addition of this psi a and psi b, so psi a is this is now wave is this. And this is psi a, and psi b is this one. That is psi b. So when we do psi a plus psi b, it gives
Sir, should we write this?
no, just listen how molecular orbitals are formed. So you see, by the addition of atomic orbital, it gives bonding molecular orbital. So this is bonding molecular orbital. By subtraction of atomic orbitals, it gives anti-bonding molecular orbital. So this is psi a, this is psi b. When you do psi a minus psi b, so what it gives? It gives a flat. It is a cancelled. So here, during the addition process, the crest is exactly fall on crest. Trough is exactly fall on trough. That's what here we are observing higher amplitude. Because of addition, this and this addition, it gives a higher amplitude. So if you do psi a minus psi b, the subtraction takes place. So here, crest is exactly fall on trough, and this trough is exactly fall on crest. So overall here, neutralization takes place. I mean 0. So there is no any. So just we are writing like this. No much amplitude. That is the anti-bonding molecular orbital. So I think in structure of atom we already studied psi not having any significance, psi square having the significance, right? Psi not having significance, psi having much significance. Okay, you do psi a plus psi b whole square. What will come psi a plus psi b whole square?
Sir, the density of
Okay. Psi a square plus psi b square plus
2 psi A.
2 psi a psi b. Okay, here the probability of finding the electron density is a maximum. So we are here, we are adding. So psi a square only it is telling the probability of finding the electron in a atomic orbital. Psi b is telling the probability of finding the electron in atomic orbital of b. But along with here, we are adding 2a psi a psi b also. So overall here, the probability of finding the electron is maximum. So apply for this one, psi a minus psi b whole square. So it gives psi a square plus psi b square minus 2 psi a psi b. So sum of the probability of finding the electron density in two atomic orbitals is somewhat less than the Okay, so that was somewhat better value in atomic orbital than in molecular orbital. That's what these results say, anti-bonding molecular orbital. So here, why we are saying molecular orbitals gives a
Sir,
stronger bond
can
than,
you
yeah.
explain that part again? I didn't understand.
Okay, listen. So simply simple overlapping of atomic orbital, it is giving a chemical bond that we studied under VBT. Yes, simple orbital overlapping, because there also electron density is there. Here also electron density is there. So it is giving a chemical bond. But compared to a chemical bond is formed by VBT, compared to this VBT, chemical bond is formed by molecular orbital theory is stronger because of this. So here it is just psi a plus psi b value only. Sorry, psi a square plus psi b square only here. But here additionally, we are giving 2 psi a plus psi b also. So this is more, no, probability of finding the electron density is maximum here than simple orbital overlapping. You got it, this point, difference between this and this?
Yes, sir. Now
Okay,
I
here
understood.
only simple orbital overlapping, it is giving this much, but here atomic orbital overlapping giving more electron probability finding. Okay, then if you subtract, so by subtraction of this atomic orbital density, we are getting anti-bonding molecular orbitals. So in simple atomic orbital overlapping is psi a square plus psi b square, but here anti-bonding molecular orbitals.
This
Psi a square plus psi b, but minus 2a psi a psi b, which is bigger value? This is bigger value or this is bigger value?
Sir,
upper one.
the down one is bigger.
Down one is bigger value.
Yeah, sorry.
That's what we can
Down.
say. A chemical bond is formed by bonding molecular orbital is the stronger bond. This is. Then simple orbital overlapping bond. Then least stable is this one. Chemical bond is formed by anti-bonding molecular orbital. So this we can say here very weak bond, because extent of overlapping is very less here. You can see with diagram here. Probability of finding electron density here very less, but here maximum. Okay, this is only linear combination of atomic orbitals. But questions are asking how bonding molecular orbitals are formed. By the addition of atomic orbitals, it gives bonding molecular orbitals. By subtraction of atomic orbitals, it gives anti-bonding molecular orbitals. That's all. That's only the 2 points while asking an examination point. Yeah. So here we are saying constructive overlapping. So we are adding, no, this is constructive overlapping. This is destructive overlapping. So by constructive overlapping gives bonding molecular orbital, destructive overlapping giving anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, and then yesterday already I told you how to calculate bond order formula. Number of electrons in bonding molecular orbital minus number of electrons in anti-bonding molecular orbital divided by 2.
So what is divided by 2?
Number of electrons present in bonding molecular orbitals minus number of electrons present in anti-bonding molecular orbital divided by 2. It gives bond order. Bond order means the number of bonds between the two atoms.
Okay.
Suppose in O2, we can say bond order 2. In nitrogen, bond order is 3 because 3 bonds. Hydrogen, only 1 bond. Okay, that's all.
Sir,
Yeah.
I have a doubt.
Tell me.
Sir, ABMO undergoes a bond.
But a very weak bond it gives. That is not considerable bond, that much weak.
Sir, that bond is there.
Mostly that is cancelizing negative bond order it gives. It won't give mostly positive bond order. Negative bond order is possible. So in valency bond theory, we discussed at the beginning, in between the atoms, atom attractive forces present. At the same time, repulsive forces also present, no? In VBT theory, I explained
Sir.
with a counting number of attractive forces and counting number of
Yes,
repulsive
sir.
forces. So that repulsive forces are because of these anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, that's suppose 5 magnitude of attractive forces are there, 3 magnitude of repulsive forces are there, then resultant is only 2. This 2 is only responsible for chemical bond. Same thing there also we are discussing. Suppose number of electrons in bonding molecular orbital is 10, but their anti-bonding molecular orbitals also have electrons, no? Because of that, this only we are considering repulsion, this is considering as attraction. Then it gives bond order 2. Okay, right. First point under MOT, it was proposed by Hunt and Mulliken. To explain paramagnetic nature of oxygen molecule.
Sir, the heading?
MOT, didn't write yesterday? Molecular orbital theory. It was proposed by Hunt and Mulliken to explain magnetic nature of oxygen molecule. See, in examination, mostly asking its application. Yesterday I told you how to find out bond order and paramagnetic and diamagnetic nature. That's only asking in exam. So this theory is important for competitive JEE and CET. So molecular orbitals are formed by linear combination of atomic orbitals. Shortcut we are writing MO. Are formed by linear combination of atomic orbitals. These only shortcut we are saying LCAO. Orbitals of comparable energy and proper symmetry.
So what's after proper?
So that after symmetry, proper symmetry. Not visible?
So it's half.
So proper symmetry and comparable energy means that is 1s orbital overlap with another 1s orbital. But not with 2s orbital. I think you know this is of course same orientation is okay, but energy difference is very much high here. 1s 2s energy difference is very high. That's what 1s orbital only overlapping with 1s orbital. So another point also given here. By convention, Z-axis is taken as the molecular axis. Z-axis is taken as the molecular axis. So 2pz orbital of one atom can combine with 2pz orbital of another atom. Two pz orbital of another atom, but not with the 2px or 2py orbital of with the 2px or 2py orbital. Next, the number of molecular orbital formed is equal to the number of atomic orbitals involved in LEGO. Next point, molecular orbital is polycentric. This means in atomic orbital is monocentric. In atomic orbital, only one nucleus around that electron is revolving. This is atomic orbital. Molecular orbital is, so many nucleus are here. The number of atoms which are present in a molecule, that many nucleus here, and here is the electron density. That's what it is saying, polycentric. This atomic orbital is monocentric. Okay. The bonding molecular orbital is stabilized. One minute. During LCAO, half of the molecular orbitals are bonding molecular orbitals. So in bracket, that is BMO. Remaining half are anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Next point. So BMO, bonding molecular orbitals, is stabilized to the same extent as the anti-bonding molecular orbital is destabilized. That is energy lost by BMO is equal to energy gained by ABMO. But total energy of two molecular orbital equal to sum of energy of two atomic orbitals.
So what is written in the last line? Total energy of 2MO equal
Total
to?
energy of 2MO equal to sum of energy of two atomic orbitals. sum of energy of two atomic orbitals. So order of energy of various orbitals is important. Order of energy of various orbitals is bonding orbitals so bonding orbitals having less energy, so they are more stable. Then non-bonding orbitals, then anti-bonding orbitals.
So shouldn't the greater than sign be the other side?
So you are writing reverse.
Bonding orbitals is
Having low energy, less than you keep. So bonding orbitals having low energy, that's what they are more stable. So anti-bonding orbitals having high energy, that's what they are less stable. Next one, the molecular orbitals are named as sigma, pi, delta, etc. Next, the molecular orbitals like atomic orbitals are filled. In accordance with the Hobhow, Paulis, and Hans rule.
so MO is molecular orbital, right?
MO means molecular orbital. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next. Small subheading, formation of molecular orbital by LCO method. So according to wave mechanics, the atomic orbital can be expressed by wave function psi. A wave function psi, which represents the amplitude of wave. Psi A and psi B are wave functions of atomic orbitals of two hydrogen atoms. So right here, draw diagram. This is psi A. The hydrogen atom A, wave function psi A. Psi B, wave function psi B, HB, hydrogen atom B. BMO, bonding molecular orbitals, formed by constructive interference. Of atomic orbitals. Bonding molecular orbitals are formed by constructive interference, constructive overlapping. So that is BMO is equal to psi A plus psi B. For diagram. So now give somewhat higher amplitude.
So what is HAHB?
Hydrogen atom A, hydrogen atom B.
Okay.
So compared to this amplitudes, here give somewhat higher amplitudes. That is bonding molecular orbital. BMO. So the electron density in BMO is located between the nuclei of the bonded atom. Between nuclei of the bonded atoms. This nucleus, this is also nucleus. So electron density is the maximum in between the nucleus in case of BMO. So here low, less electron density. Next, during the formation of ABMO, the electron wave cancel each other. Due to destructive interference. So destructive overlap of atomic orbital gives antibonding molecular orbital. So that is psi A minus psi B. So you have to show a wave just so very less amount of amplitude. Otherwise, even if give line also enough. So ABMO. So the electron density in ABMO is located between the nuclei, is located away from the space between the nuclei. Away from the space between nuclei. So here electron density is very less, but maximum electron density moving away from the nucleus. It's completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next I'm going to give 4 important points. Yes, if you know these 4 important points, very easy to answer these application based questions.
Sir, don't rub the last point and
Okay.
from that is. You can rub the board.
Okay. Note the next important point is the increasing order of relative energy of molecular orbitals. So first one here, MO molecular orbital having less than or equal to 14 electrons. Molecular orbitals having less than or equal to 14 electrons. So if any system having 14 electrons or below 14 electrons, we are following this order, this molecular orbital order, sigma 1s greater than sigma star 1s greater than sigma 2s, sorry, less than, not greater than, less than sigma star 2s, less than pi 2 px is equal to pi 2 py less than sigma 2 pz less than pi star 2 px equal to pi star 2 py less than, lastly, right, sigma star 2 pz. Let's write this order.
So why do we directly consider px and py orbitals to be orbitals?
What? Why directly?
Like, why do we directly
Sorry.
consider px and py to be in pi bond?
Px. See,
Okay.
there I told one point during the concept. So 2pz orbital is along the axis. So that is only responsible for the formation of sigma bond. So these are responsible for pi bond formation. Px and py, they are overlapping.
That might not be for all the elements, right? Like we have seen before also.
Yeah.
For example, if we take nitrogen,
Ah.
then like all the three.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, in nitrogen, in 3 bonds are forming.
Yeah.
Yes, their one bond is sigma bond, remaining 2 are pi bond. Because of overlapping of px, px, py, py, lateral overlap. It is giving pi bonds. This is
Okay.
because
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
sigma bond because of pz orbital, linear overlapping. Okay, so next order, see, this is very important. All of you by heart these two orders, 14 electron and molecular orbital having more than 14 electrons. Molecular orbitals having more than 14 electrons. So if any system having more than 14, 15, 16, like that's order is changes. That order is sigma 1s less than sigma star 1s less than sigma 2s less than sigma star 2s less than, here onwards careful. Here only change happens. This is coming here, this is moving that side. Sigma 2pz less than pi 2 px is equal to pi 2 py less than pi star 2px is equal to pi star 2py less than sigma star 2pz. So only bring change here. This is coming here, this is moving here, then everything is same. Next up, bond order is equal to number of electrons in BMO minus number of electrons in antibonding molecule ABMO divided by 2. So shortcut we are writing this is NB minus Na by 2. Number of bonding minus number of antibonding.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, pi 2px and pi 2py have equivalent energy, right?
Yeah, these two having equivalent energy, these two also having equivalent energy. So while filling this orbital, you can give directly two electrons, but careful while giving to this, first give one electron here, next here. Again, if you have extra electron, give here and then give here, but don't give directly two electrons. Next. Next, magnetic momentum. Mu is equal to root of n into n plus 2 Bm Bohr magnetons, where n is number of unpaired electrons in bonding molecule in molecular orbitals. Next, bond order directly proportional to stability of molecule. Then bond order inversely proportional to bond length. That's all till here, note down.
So that is root of n, right? N into n plus
Yeah,
2.
root of n into n plus 2. Root of. So further you can write directly proportional to bond dissociation energy also.
Sir,
Yeah.
the bond association energy is nothing but bond enthalpy, right?
Yeah, bond enthalpy, amount of energy required to break bond. Yes, guys. All of you noted that formulas?
Yes, sir.
All of you. Aryan?
Yes, sir.
Vaishnavi?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll go to applications. Okay, first application, first one, hydrogen molecule. H2. Okay, in H2 total number of electrons? In H2 is 2 only. Each hydrogen have 1, H2 having 2. So now write sigma 1s. So no need order, just sigma star 1s. I think enough, only 2 electrons we have. So first 2 electrons are going into this orbital. Here no electrons. So bond order. Formula is electrons in bonding molecular orbital minus electrons in antibonding molecular orbital divided by 2. Number of electrons in bonding is 2 minus antibonding 0 divided by 2. So 1. So bond order is 1. That is H bond H. And it is diamagnetic. Diamond, no unpaired electrons. All are paired. Here 2 electrons only there, that both are paired.
So should we write this?
Yeah, right, note down. Next, second one, helium molecule. Helium molecule is it
Draw
exists?
the structure.
No need, just side if you want to write H bond H, that is enough. No need this also. Just keep side
But
H
in
bond
school,
H.
our teacher told us to write structure for each of them.
For which one?
Like the application based. For all the examples, she made us write structures also.
Structure means you are telling that big structure or simply molecular structure?
I don't know. It was a different kind of structure.
Yeah, I will explain you. Don't worry, because this is the simplest way to find out the bond order and molecular magnetic property. I will tell only for oxygen and nitrogen. You can apply that one for any kind of molecule. Suppose they ask for 1 mark and 2 mark, apply this method. The same question is asking for 3 marks. You draw the diagram. I will show you how to draw. Yesterday I gave no diagram. That kind of diagram I will give for nitrogen and oxygen. Then helium molecule. Sorry, He2. Is it exist helium molecule?
No, sir, it does not
No.
exist.
So we have to prove that according to MOT. So number of electrons in helium-2. How many electrons are present in helium-2? Each helium having 2 electrons. So 2 heliums,
4
4 electrons. So now write molecular orbitals, sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s. So these many orbital not required. We have only 4 electrons now. So here 2 electrons can accommodate. So here also 2 electrons over. So how we are writing electronic configuration? Sigma 1s square we have to write. You have to keep like this. Then sigma star 1s star inside also you can keep. Like this you have to write. So if it is difficult, write downside also. It's accepted. Now bond order.
So I have a doubt. If we don't write sigma 2s and sigma star 2s all
No
over there
problem.
for
No, not required, because here only 4 electrons are there. 2 orbitals are enough. Molecular orbitals. No need 4. Now bond order is number of electrons in bonding 2 minus number of electrons in anti-bonding also 2 are there. Divided by 2. 0 by 2, 0. So bond order is 0. So H2 molecule not exist. He2 molecule not exist. So bond order is 0, no? So not exist. And diamagnetic.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, how do you decide diamagnetic and paramagnetic?
Suppose if in orbital come unpaired electrons, not just one electron is coming, then we can say it is paramagnetic. Otherwise diamagnetic. Come, some molecules will come, so you can understand with the help of Be2 molecule. We'll see now. Sorry, boron, not Be2, B2. Boron molecule. So number of electrons in B2? Ten electrons. So now write molecular orbitals. Sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s, and after that, what is the orbital? So 10 electrons we have. What will comes after this? Below 14 electron system.
Sir,
Sir,
pi bond.
Pi 2 px is equal to pi 2 py. Then I think these orbitals are enough. We have only 10 electrons, 2, 2, 2, 2 here giving. But don't give directly here 2. That's the wrong way, because both having equal energy, no? 1 electron give here, 1 electron give here. Now calculate bond order. Number of electrons in bonding molecular orbitals. Here 2. This also 2 here. This is also bonding because you don't have star, no? So without star comes under bonding molecular orbital. 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. Minus stars here and here, 4 electrons divided by 2. So bond order is 1. And it is a paramagnetic. Look here now. Molecular orbital having single electrons, unpaired electrons. So it is paramagnetic. Paramagnetic, and magnetic momentum mu is equal to root of 2 into, sorry, n into n plus 2. Substitute here. Number of unpaired electrons. We have 2 electrons. So 2 into 2 plus 2. Root of 8. Root 8 value how much?
2 root 2.
Okay, 2 root 2. 2 into 1.414.
Yes, sir.
So how much it will
Sir,
give?
2.828.
Okay. 2.82. Okay, enough. Bohr magnetons. That's it.
So how is it 6 minus 4?
Count number of electrons. So this is bonding. This is also bonding. These two also bonding, no?
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
we are differentiating bonding and anti-bonding with star marks. If star mark is there, that is anti-bonding.
Sir,
Tell me.
sir, how is ferromagnetic property?
No, ferromagnetic properties we are unable to explain by single electron system. We are explaining with the help of domains. Domain concept is there. Based on that, we can explain. If all domains are in one direction, that is ferromagnetic. If domains are in few are one direction, means half of the one direction, remaining half are opposite direction, we are calling they are anti-ferromagnetic substances. So it will come in 12th, we'll explain that. Paramagnetic, diamagnetic only, we are explaining with the help of unpaired electrons. Ferro and anti-ferro, ferri, these are explained with the help of domain concept. Even the domains also atoms which contain unpaired electrons only. Okay, now we'll see N2 molecule. Completed this one, B2 molecule.
So why did you find magnetic momentum here?
Here, first we are seeing this is a paramagnetic or diamagnetic. Here unpaired electrons are there now. Here all are paired up, but here unpaired electrons are there. So it is a paramagnetic. Next we are applying the formula. Magnetic momentum is equal to root of n into n plus 2. Formula this is. So a number of unpaired electron 2 we have. So substitute instead of n 2. You get 2.82.
So we have to find magnetic momentum only for paramagnetic.
Yeah, only for paramagnetic. Diamagnetic 0, no?
Okay.
Okay, now write nitrogen molecule. So here I am giving diagram. Suppose question is asking for 3 marks, you do with this big diagram, molecular orbital diagram. Nitrogen molecule. So number of electrons in N2. N2, how many electrons? So which system we have to follow?
Sir, 14 electrons.
14 electron system, because nitrogen N2 having 14 electrons. So we have to follow 14 electron system order. N2 having 14 electrons. Okay, so clearly draw this diagram. So don't do rub on papers. So here one nitrogen atom, in downside also nitrogen atom. This is sigma 1s. Sigma star 1s. So don't draw, first of all, see how to draw this diagram. This is sigma 2s, sigma star 2s.
So,
Hmm.
the diagram that we learned, it is like pretty different from this.
So you draw this diagram well enough. However you draw, that's correct only. Either you follow that way or this way. So this is pi 2 px is equal to pi 2 py. This is sigma 2 pz. Here, this is pi star 2 px, pi star 2 py. Lastly, this is sigma star 2 pz. Visible?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, draw that first. So here extend small lines. We have to write orbitals also. So nitrogen electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Here also nitrogen atom 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Yes. Diagram completed.
Just a second, sir.
Now fill electrons in molecular orbitals. So this side 2 electrons we have, here also 2 electrons, total 4 electrons. So don't worry, here give 2 electrons. In this sigma star 1s also give 2 electrons. Next here 2s orbital combining, giving 2 molecular orbitals. Here also we have 4 electrons. So possible to give in both the molecular orbitals. Next here careful. 3, here 3, we have total 6 electrons, right? So 6 electrons, no problem. We can give here 2 electrons. Here also we can give. Still 2 electrons are left. The 2 electrons give here. Completed. Now write bond order. Na minus Nb, sorry, Nb minus Na by 2. Count number of bonding electrons. How many electrons are there in bonding orbitals?
8, sir.
8. Think not 8, I think 10. Listen guys.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes, sir. 10, 10.
here I am drawing on the dotted line. So to this dotted line, downside orbital, these 6 are bonding. This top side are anti-bonding. So count 2, 2, 4 plus 4, 8, and here 2, 10. Minus anti-bonding only here and here. So here no electrons. So 4 electrons
4.
divided by 2. So bond order is 3. That is, so in between nitrogen and nitrogen atom, 3 bonds are there. Then it is paramagnetic. It is diamagnetic. No unpaired electrons. All paired up. All molecular orbitals are paired. So it is diamagnetic. Okay. So then you try for O2 molecule, oxygen molecule. Oxygen molecule. It have 16 electrons. So don't follow this order. You have to change the order. This is coming down, these are going up. So calculate there also what is bond order and magnetic property. If they are magnetism, I mean unpaired electrons, calculate its okay, guys, can you do this one? O2 molecule.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we'll try.
Okay, so same diagram, but small change. While writing here, these two write here and that one write downside, then everything is same. And filling of electrons also careful. 1s2, 2s2, here comes 2p4, there also 2p4. Okay guys, so by tomorrow all of you submit assignments, and Friday I will conduct test. If not Friday, Saturday I will conduct test.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.